You kind of take out the walks and hit by pitches last year. It was a really stellar year on paper from a strikeout perspective. I'm curious, how have you really honed in the command this season? Obviously, you're going to be the Friday night guy. It seems like you've taken a big leap forward. I'm curious, kind of what went into that.
Yeah, a lot of it came like after the season with my development with my pitching coach back home, and just more so believing in my pitches and not like overthinking every single mistake I make. Just kind of just throwing the ball and just trusting in like the stuff I have, and just competing.
Right here on the left, Ian.
Switching from Sunday to Friday, just what's the difference between seeing a team versus that your team has seen all weekend versus you being the first one to go out there and see them?
Just taking like being able to watch Greeny last year, like just taking that, like setting the tone for each week is the goal. But just looking at it, just my goal is on George Mason right now and just focus on them and take it week by week. But I just really want to set the tone each weekend for us and just have a great season.
Back to Isaac.
What was it like, sitting behind Grinny and Jason for a lot of last year?
No, it was great. Learned a lot, especially since they're older and they've been there before. Like they've been through failures. And last year I felt like I failed a lot. So like learning from them and seeing how they like, just hold themselves and how they go pitch to pitch and how they like just respond to adversity, like just kind of takes what they did last year and kind of put it towards this year.
Back right, Brett.
Kind of going back to Isaac's first question when it talks about, kind of being mentally there in the moment and strong, that confidence. What are you telling yourself? What did you do this offseason to make sure that you head into the season that you are able to believe in your stuff, even maybe things aren't going right at some points?
Yeah, I feel like it's just more so not letting little mistakes kind of affect like just the whole outing, and being able to make that adjustment pitch to pitch is something like that I did work on with my pitching coach. And like I feel like there was a couple scrimmages like this year that like I didn't have a pitch, or like I didn't have like my curveball maybe for an at bat, but like just being able to bounce back, just trusting my routine, trusting like my mechanics and all that, and just really just throw it with just everything I got. I mean, that's all I can really control, and that's what I've been trying to like simplify.
From middle, Tyson.
Ryan was just saying that if he could add anything to his arsenal, it would be your fastball and just the way that you're able to bully guys around with that. Throughout your career, like how have you kind of developed to learn how to like pitch around the big fat, or like learn to pitch with that velocity too?
I don't know. Like I didn't know why like my fastball was heavy on hitters like until I got here and like learned about all like the pitch metrics and all that. But just like being able to like have that ability and trust in myself to just know that my fastball can get on guys and beat guys. I think that's something I didn't take advantage of last year, and I was kind of timid with how I threw it. So this year's been like more so like just being on the attack right away with it, and then having that secondary to go off it, so they're just guessing the whole time.
Back left, York.
Going back a little bit, you say you learned from the guys in front of you, pitching in front of you. What would you say is the biggest thing that you've taken away from them bringing into this season for yourself?
A lot of it, I would say for Grinny, just how his routine, like he was always routine based, always did the same thing. And that's why he was really consistent last year. And then Clark and Wright, just how they compete out there, even when stuff isn't going their way, they always compete, and that's something that I've been trying to bring in this year, and just being able to compete pitch to pitch, even if I'm struggling.
Front left here, Isaac.
What have you been tooling with secondaries wise?
Mostly it was just command. Right now we're working on some slider grips and just seeing how that feels. But right now I'm really good with my arsenal. Worked on a kick change over the summer, and feeling really good right now.
Anybody else? Good. Tyson.
Who's your favorite person to talk pitching with? Just strategy and at bats and like if you really just want to get into like the nitty gritty of pitching, who do you go to for that?
Like a player
or player coach? Like who could you just kind of shoot the breeze with talking about?
I've been talking a lot with Dan Straley. He's been a great addition to our staff, and just like been able to talk to him a lot about like especially his experience in the major league level, and like how he like with his routines and how he pitches, like just learned a lot pitch wise, pitch shapes, like how he controls the game. Just like I could talk to him about baseball forever.
Back right, Brett.
Obviously, the will is, or the goal as a team is to obviously win a national title. But I'm just on a personal level. I'm wondering what personal goals have you set for yourself this season, either tangible or intangible goals that you hope to achieve when the season's all said and done.
Yeah. The goal for myself is just to help this team win as much as I can do. I felt like last year I put my own personal goals over the team, and I feel like that's what caused me to struggle more. So really, just do as much as I can to help this team win. Compete out there for them.